Hello guys, welcome to our channel AskPrep. Today we will be learning about the anatomy of human brain and working of each part. So first, what is human brain? The brain is a complex organ that controls thought, memory, emotion, touch, motor skills, vision, breathing, temperature, hunger, and every process that regulates our body. Together, the brain and spinal cord that extends from it make up the central nervous system or CNS. What is the brain made of? Tipping the scales at roughly 3 pounds in the typical adult, the brain comprises approximately 60% fat. The remaining 40% is a blend of water, protein, carbohydrates, and salts. Unlike a muscle, the brain is composed of blood vessels and nerves, which includes neurons and glial cells. How does the brain work? The brain transmits and receives chemical and electrical signals throughout the body, each serving a distinct function that brain interprets. For instance, certain signals induce fatigue while others signal pain. While some messages remain localized within the brain, others are conveyed through the spinal cord across the extensive network of nerves throughout the body. Facilitating this process are billions of neurons or nerve cells within the central nervous system. The human brain is the most complex organ in the human body. It is responsible for everything we do, from thinking and feeling to moving and breathing. The brain can be divided into three main parts. Cerebrum. This cerebrum is the largest part of the brain, making up about 80% of its weight. It is divided into two hemispheres, the right and the left hemisphere, which are connected by a bundle of nerves called corpus callosum. The cerebrum is responsible for higher functions such as thinking, learning, memory, language, and emotion. Cerebellum. This cerebellum is located at the back of brain below the cerebrum. It is responsible for coordination and balance. It also helps to control muscle movement and posture. Brainstem. The brainstem is the lowest part of the brain. It connects the brain to the spinal cord and is responsible for basic functions such as breathing, heart rate, digestion, and sleep. Each of these parts of the brain has its own specific functions, but they all work together to keep us alive and functioning. The cerebrum is the part of brain that is most responsible for what makes us human, such as ability to think, learn, and feel emotions. Parietal lobe. The middle part of the brain, the parietal lobe, helps a person identify objects. The parietal lobe is a vital region of the brain responsible for processing sensory information including touch, pressure, temperature, and pain. It plays a crucial role in spatial awareness, perception of the body position in space, and coordination of movements. Additionally, the parietal lobe is involved in higher cognitive functions such as attention, language processing, and mathematical reasoning. Damage to this area can result in defects in sensory perception, spatial orientation, and other cognitive functions. Occipital lobe. The occipital lobe is a region in the brain located at the back of head, primarily responsible for processing visual information. It plays a crucial role in tasks related to vision, including the interpretation of shapes, colors, and motion. Additionally, the occipital lobe helps in receiving depth and recognizing objects. This region receives input from the eyes via optic nerves and processes this information to construct the visual perception that we experience. Cerebellum. The cerebrum located at the front of brain consists of the cerebral cortex, which is primarily gray matter and white matter at its core. As the largest part of the brain, the cerebrum serves as a central command center, initiating and orchestrating movements while also regulating body temperature. Its various regions contribute to a wide range of cognitive functions, including speech, judgment, critical thinking, problem solving, emotional processing, and learning. Additionally, the cerebrum is involved in sensory perception, including vision, hearing, touch, and other sensory experiences. This intricate structure coordinates complex neural process essential for human behavior and consciousness. Spinal cord. The spinal cord is a crucial part of the central nervous system, serving as a vital pathway for transmitting sensory and motor signals between the brain and the rest of the body. Protected by the vertebral column, it extends from base of the brain down to the lower back. Along its length, the spinal cord is responsible for relaying information between the brain and peripheral nerves, allowing for voluntary and involuntary movements, reflexes, and sensory perception. Damage to the spinal cord can result in significant impairments affecting motor function, sensation, and autonomic nervous system control. Temporal lobe. The temporal lobe is one of the four major lobes of the cerebral cortex in the brain, located beneath the lateral fissure on both cerebral hemispheres. It plays a crucial role in processing auditory information, including sound recognition, comprehension of spoken language. Additionally, the temporal lobe is involved in memory function and storage, particularly for long-term memory and the recollection of past events. It also contributes to various aspects of visual processing, object recognition. Damage to the temporal lobe can lead to defects in auditory processing, memory impairments, language difficulties, and challenges with visual perception. Frontal lobe. The frontal lobe is situated at the front of each cerebral hemisphere and is responsible for a variety of higher cognitive function. It plays a central role in executive functions such as decision making, planning, problem solving, impulse control. Additionally, the frontal lobe is involved in motor function, including the start and the coordination of voluntary movements. It also contributes to aspects of speech production, language comprehension, social behavior of regulation. Damage to frontal lobe can result in changes in personality, defects in decision making and problem solving, impaired motor function, and difficulties with speech and language. This wraps up our look at the incredible human brain. Remember, the brain you learned about today is very one of the helping you understand this video right now. Keep challenging yourself and learning new things. Your brain is capable of amazing feats.